Hello, Dungeon Masters! We are going to review this Doctor Strange film. And this is going to be, I don't know, I'll decide later if it's going to be spoilers or not. I'll put it in the title. You'll know already by the time you're watching this. This is the Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange film we've been waiting for, and it's pretty enjoyable. Let's see, and it is the origin story, which is good because, you know, who the hell knows anything about Doctor Strange? So it's good to do that. Frankly, I've been reading comic books since, 1908, and I know precious little. Matter of fact, we were driving home from the film, and Aunt Lindsay asked, "Hey, is this cape always sentient?" I don't fucking know. And that's amazing. I've literally, we've been reading comics since '76. I don't know I don't know if Doctor Strange's cape is alive or not. If it pops up in the movie, I guess so. So yes, doing an origin film I think was a good idea with this. It's very compelling, and it also reminds you how similar some of Marvel's main characters are. Because Stephen Strange and Tony Stark have a lot in common. They were pretty much arrogant pricks who were commanding the world and just eating up all the praise, and then they have something terrible happen to them that kind of changes the worldview, and then they kind of rebuild and become a better person and trying to better the world because of this. And this film does a good job of distinguishing Stephen Strange by Cumberbatch versus Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. They're not the same guy. They even have goatees, but they're still not the same guy. And I think Cumberbatch really, he was a wonderful choice for this because he is definitely an actor who is good at playing menace even when he plays heroes. He still can play heroes with that sense of menace, and he does so here. I mean, he's played villains, he's played heroes, and he really does know how to play an interesting hero and give them that kind of level of complexity, even just simple material. Even with the Star Trek II script, he's compelling on every second he's in that movie. Even if the material isn't 100% to what he needed it to be. But let's see. Essentially, the movie goes about to the pretty much the standard origin that I'm aware of, where he is kind of this arrogant prick doctor, and goes, "Oh no, that case isn't splashy enough for me. I'll do that other case." And he gets in a car accident, and he cripples the one fucking thing he needs the most is his hands. And they do a wonderful job convincing you how he just can't work as precise as he once was able to. You really get in there. You really do feel his loss, and I'm really glad they don't kind of sugarcoat how he's coming apart. I mean, he's still kind of a prick in a lot of these scenes, and when he breaks up with Christine, played by Rachel McAdams, he's pretty much a prick, and I really love the fact that they just owned it and went in there. And of course, he comes across the Ancient One, and that's when, of course, the fun starts, where he learns about multiple dimensions and magic and all sorts of kooky, crazy crap. I really enjoyed the effects. I think it really looked all the multiple dimensions, the way it pulled apart was really interesting. The way things were folded. There's a bit of Inception in there, but the fact that it's happening in the real world and they're able to distinguish it really well, I think, is pretty effective. Let's see. Tilda Swinton, of course, is always excellent, and pretty much anything you hand her, actually. I don't know if there's such a thing as a bad Tilda Swinton performance. I don't believe it exists. You put her in a talking cat too, and she's still going to be an amazingly creepy character. And she does her role just fantastic, and she always has this sense of she always has this presence in whatever she does, which is probably why she plays such kind of alien or kind of cosmic beings all the time. She's pretty good at doing that kind of thing. and it does help kind of soften the blow because I was one of those people a little bit bothered by the fact that they didn't cast an Asian actor in this role. But if you're gonna go white on this one, you might as well go with Tilda Swinton, who I don't know could be anybody really. Of course we have the villain here played by Hannibal Lecter. This film is basically Sherlock versus Hannibal Lecter, Dawn of Strange, and I pretty much dug him. I was worried that this character wouldn't be as strong as some of the other Marvel villains. Some of the secondary Marvel films kind of like skimp on the villain, like Thor 2 does. I can't remember what the Ninth Doctor does in that movie, and I don't remember any of his lines. And I was kind of worried that would kind of follow suit here, but yeah, he's pretty effective. And like Tilda Swinton and like Cumberbatch, it's like you don't hire this guy and he does a bad performance. I think that was one of the strongest things. The entire cast is really strong in this, and they're able really to elevate this material, and I think they do very well. If I had to give a rating to this one, I'd probably give it maybe 4 Ram chips out of 5. It's very strong. If you've been following the Marvel films, definitely go check it out. It's definitely one of the better comic book films that have come out this year. I'd probably put it maybe a close second to the Captain America Civil War film, a close second. And of course, stick around after the credits. Every Marvel film, I see morons leave the theater when the credits start. Like, do you watch any of these fucking movies? It's actually it's become one of my favorite parts. Like, okay, what cool thing for the next film we're going to see here, and or what character is going to show up and said some cool shit. And then we get, of course, a neat one here. I really enjoy, one of the things I love about these Doctor Strange film, or actually any of the new Marvel films, is when Marvel introduces a new wing of their cinematic universe, like Guardians of the Galaxy, the Netflix shows, and of course now this film we get to see a different side of this universe, which is fascinating. Because, with big, long franchises, like the James Bond series or the Harry Potter series, yeah, that's a big world, but we always get to see it through this vantage point over and over again. And with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we're kind of like escorted all the way around. We get to see all sorts of sides to it. Luke Cage and Guardians of the Galaxy, and Daredevil and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Thor, and the Avengers, Captain America, all this shit takes place in the same world, and they've been really... they haven't really screwed up showing it. It's a believable universe, and they have done a great job. Even if you argue if some of the films and shows are weaker than others, it's still convincing, and I gotta applaud them. Very good. Like I said, 4 out of 5, and I dug it very much. Go check it out. Highly recommend it, and I think that'll be it for now. So push the button, Lindsay.